black helicopter crowd notion that
tyranny's always lurking just around the corner. They've been crazy, but now they're right.
black helicopter crowd really is upset.
The people are stupid and they're drunk. There'll be a revolution and they're going to lose. There are too many guns and too many people ready to fight them. I am a man of peace, but we have gangsters running this country. Criminals, gangsters.
We're normal. We see total criminal takeover, the death of freedom.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history. I'm trying to awaken people, but look at the morons around you. They're zombies.
Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Black Helicopter News. I'm your host, President Zen-1, and we've got a great show for you today. We'll be checking out 8 theories about the Georgia Guidestones that'll make you question everything. All that and much more coming up next. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know that I only have 2 more weeks to go on the internship, and I think I'm going to make it. It's been quite a challenge thus far. Just wanted to give you that quick update. Also, I'm trying to coordinate a very special guest. About 4 months ago, I reached out to a fellow podcaster on the Podomatic Network, Opaquians, and he's the host of Shamanic Freedom Radio. It's a great show. I suggest you subscribe to the podcast, check it out, throw it on your podcast playlist. It's just a great show in general. He's just a great guy. He's funny, he's smart. It's an amazing show. And he's actually had some amazing guests on his show that I did not realize. Rupert Sheldrake, Graham Hancock, David Icke. Wow, I had no idea Wow. So this is a podcast that's based not in the U.S. I want to say England? I'm trying to find out. I'm checking out the page now. But he's got a great radio voice, and he's just highly intelligent, highly on point. He's awake, and I'm actually kind of worried. Why would he want to come on our show? Wow. He's studied shamanism. Amazing. Wow. His show actually inspired me to occasionally I'll put out a podcast with some background ambient music. I was amazed when I heard an episode, and I felt like I was tripping on mushrooms or something. It was good. It was a good time. So I have to get back to him, actually. I'm telling you about it. I didn't even tell him. He replied to an episode on the network. So I got to get back to him ASAP. But I'm grateful that he responded well. This is what I'm talking about, folks. We're creating this community. We're making noise. We're fighting the establishment, the globalists, the New World Order. They will fail. Okay, I'll bring you more on that as it develops. You know, it's been about 7 days since I did a pod. Just didn't have it in me. Been grinding out on Elder Scrolls Online. Just want to give you a quick update. You can add me on PlayStation Network President _Zen-1 in all caps. If you're in Tamriel sometime, give me a shout. At the moment, I'm level 22 now, I believe. So I might do a dungeon or 2 before wrestling comes on, and I'll probably level up if so. Next up, so just be sure to subscribe to the podcast. That way you're notified when I release a new episode. You can subscribe on Stitcher, Tunein Radio, you can go to iTunes, or you can cut to the chase, go straight to Facebook, search Black Helicopter News, press like. We've got news stories, and we have pinned to the top the podcast media player, so you can listen to the podcast on Facebook. We need more listeners. This isn't going to change. We have to defeat the New World Order, and we're not going to do it without listeners.
Grammy Award winner and platinum recording artist, President Zen-1. His debut studio album, Philosopher's Stone, including the smash single, New World Order. President Zen-1, Philosopher's Stone, the digital album, available on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, and cdbaby.com. Get your copy today.
Pump up the volume and let the music play. President Zen-1, new CD, Rorschach Test, featuring the smash single, Project Bluebeam. Rorschach Test, available on iTunes, CD Baby, Reverb Nation, and other fine music stores. You can buy my new CD, Rorschach Test and Philosopher's Stone, both for only $9.99. Check us out on Armageddon Records Shop on eBay. I've got digital download cards of both EPs for sale, or just inbox us at zen1music@gmail.com. What are you waiting for?
Andrew Robinson here. At Armageddon Record Shop, we've partnered with eBay to expand our operation. My goal is to find the best deals on the highest quality products and give them to you at the lowest prices possible. The New World Order wants us dependent. We need to be self-sufficient. Visit us at ebay.com/USR/Armageddon Record Shop. Books, video games, clothing, and much more. New items every month. Armageddon Record Shop on eBay.
I really want to just jump into the show now. So here I am at Black Helicopter News on Facebook, scrolling down. So before I get to today's main topic, I just want to talk about a couple of things. Recently, Prince, the artist known as Prince, was possibly murdered by the Illuminati record execs. He thought they were going to kill him. He already exposed chemtrails and the New World Order. He's been talking about this for years. It's on record. He got a lot of his information from Alex Jones. It's a surprise for me. It's a major eye-opening revelation, and it just gives more credibility to them and gives more credibility to the alternative media in general. That goes for them. That goes for us too. We're here. We are delivering the truth. And of course the Illuminati wants to murder anyone that does so. So it's reminiscent of Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson died, he said that the Illuminati record execs were to kill him too. He started to reveal their plan through his music. Remember the song, They Don't Care About Us? Stuff like that. His sister LaToya Jackson is a firm believer in that theory, as I am. Anyone who has half a brain recognizes that the Illuminati control the music industry and the entertainment industry at large, Hollywood, etc. They perform satanic rituals and put symbolism in all of their efforts to the public's mass consumption. Anyway, so Musings of a Derelict Poet, One Night in Kansas City by Damian Rucci. Check this out. It's on 5to1magazine.com. Go to the site, like it, make it part of your daily browsing routine. So Damian Rucci has a column, and he mentioned his trip. So this is a great article. I want you to check it out. It's shared on Black Helicopter News on Facebook. An amazing thing that happened is he was 1,500 miles away from home in a place, and he didn't know anyone. And he was also the youngest in a huge lineup of poetry heavyweights from California, the Midwest, and Ohio. Him and his girlfriend flew out there with $500 and nothing planned. They found a hotel in the hood, hot buses around the city. They ventured around this new world. All of that culminated into a 10-minute set in front of people he didn't know. The amazing thing about this is that he's been actively pursuing this since October, since after being hit by a car. I went to community college with this young man. And he's funny, he's smart, and he's cool. So you should be checking him out on Twitter, Facebook, Damian Rucci. Check it out. You can find him easily through Google. He's a very accessible person. Alright, moving on. New York Times reporter found dead after exposing CIA's mind control program. She's a former NYT reporter. Been found murdered in the Dominican Republic following her exposure of MKUltra. Sarah Kershaw found strangled at her apartment. This is why I am doing what I'm doing. The CIA has their hands in every major news organization, and I've said it before. Thousands and thousands of news outlets, newspapers, radio stations, and affiliates, all of them are owned by the same handful of companies. And that's a level of mass information, aggregated information that is all controlled. And I've had enough of it. We are going to spearhead this new revolution of the alternative media the Young Turks, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, Black Helicopter News. We are taking over. We are here delivering the truth and exposing these evil psychopaths. They are hiding the truth, even though it's documented on record and easily found, MK Ultra. Yeah, they want to control our minds, and they do, through the TV, through the internet, through their propaganda. So we already know that they are degenerates. We just have to parade around town saying this so we can gain the numbers, because we are the fearless independent media. We need to become number one. We need about 10 million listeners conservatively within the next year or two. So like us on every platform. We're creating a movement. We're the tip of the spear, and we're winning the info war. And the establishment will fail, and they know that. Next up, an Oxford scientist confirms starting work or school before 10 a.m. is torture. His name is Dr. Paul Kelly, and he's a clinical research associate at a sleep institute. He's basically saying that our bodies are not designed to be getting up to start the rat race at like a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or something. He's trying to say the workday should start probably around noon. So the average workday should probably be from noon to like 5. And I agree. John McAfee says Hillary and Trump are disqualified from being president. And I agree with him, and that's why I am fully backing. I'm going to say this now. I have yet to fully pledge support to a presidential candidate, and I'd have to say it's John McAfee. He's in a heated battle against Gary Johnson and Austin Peterson, so he's fighting for the nomination. I support him for president. I truly believe he is fit for office. Next up, just want to let y'all know, check out my friend Jay Hernandez podcast, Minds Podcast. Okay, one more story. You know what? I'm not even going to do that. Alright. We'll be right back. You can hear the black helicopters hovering. Finally, I got proof.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. Responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people. You really want to know?
I am inside.
Several party members have been murdered, Chief Inspector.
Interrupting your regularly scheduled program to bring you this terrifying report.
It was almost as if it were a planned implosion. It just pancaked.
Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
New York, very much a city still in chaos. The phones are not working properly. The subway lines are not working properly.
The sky now black with smoke in front of us. Just across the Tigris River here. This is shock and awe, Tom, to the population of Baghdad. Shock and awe, indeed.
The people you liberate will witness the honorable and decent spirit of the American military.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Come on.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
I love my dad. I'd kill for him. I'd go to prison for him because I love him so much.
I love Bill Clinton.
What does that make Hillary Clinton to the Bush family?
My sister-in-law.
When you are subverting the power of government, that's a fundamentally dangerous thing to democracy.
What do you think of Edward Snowden?
I think he's a traitor.
Obama is the one that kills the U.S. troops if the Russians bomb any of them. Obama is the one that put them in harm's way. Obama is the one using them as human shields.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history.
I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game.
Welcome to America, ISIS. This is what we do. Woo!
We got people that have taken your asses out in this building right now. We're armed to the teeth, and we're not scared. You got that, you sons of bitches?
In 2012, your agency was saying, quote, the Salafists, the Muslim Brotherhood, and Al-Qaeda in Iraq are the major forces driving the insurgents in Syria. In 2012, the US was helping coordinate arms transfers to those same groups. Why did you not stop that?
Why didn't you come forward before? What were you waiting for?
Well, for you, Inspector. I needed you. I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. We're all part of it. Are we ready for it?
And we're back. These 8 conspiracy theories about the Georgia Guidestones will make you question everything. This is on anonnews.co. So at Newburgh, Georgia, 4 granite slabs have been the center of wild and very intense conspiracy theories for the past 30 years. But why? Why all the mystery? To understand the conspiracies, we must first examine the facts. In 1979, a man using the pseudonym R.C. Christian produced plans to build a monument. He made it very clear that money was no obstacle, and there needed to be discretion in the building process. The design took 4 granite slabs, each about 20 feet tall, arranged in a cluster, topped with a smaller horizontal slab. But then he insisted each of the vertical stones was to be inscribed with the same 10 guidelines for humanity. Each of them were carved in 8 languages. The mystery is who knows who R.C. Christian was. Nobody knows why these guidestones are there. Nobody knows their purpose. But here's 8 top conspiracy theories surrounding the Georgia Guidestones. Number 1. The stones were meant to create a new world order. Some conspiracy theorists concluded that these stones were intended to create a new, more enlightened and well-rounded society. One that wouldn't succumb to overpopulation and stifling regulation. Number 2. The stones are the workings of the Antichrist. Many Christian groups have noted as saying these guidestones represent a call to genocide and that they're the 10 commandments of the Antichrist. These conspiracies have led to at least 3 separate occasions of vandalism by religious groups. Number 3. The guidestones were meant to survive a global apocalypse. Some conspiracy theories had a date, October 3rd, 2014. On a side note, it's well past that and we're still alive. This was the date of the global apocalypse, and the stones were intended to aid survivors in regulating a new world. Number 4. The stones call for a global government. Many theorists have claimed the guidestones were a call to a global government, one that ruled collectively across the world and handled any external issues in the world court. Number 5. The stones were designed for the worship of the sun and the devil. A local minister believed that since the stones lured many UFO enthusiasts, New Age folk, and modern pagans, it must have been built as an intended gathering place to worship all things evil. Number 6. The monument was built on a power nexus. This theory claims the guidestones were built on top of a large center of power. The core power that's hidden from the rest of the world is said to eventually be released at an unknown date and tackle the mess that our current world is in. Number 7. The stones are intended to convey psychic messages. This theory tells visitors they must point both arms at the monument, one palm up and one palm down, in order to receive psychic messages from the stones directly. Are you willing to give it a shot? I am. Number 8. The monument was built on a sacred place to Native Americans, which means one very crucial thing. The Hopi Indians and their ancient shamans say signs will foretell the time when the fifth world, a new age, will begin. This also means the end of our current world. Ancient prophecies noted that when stone tablets are returned to the center of the world, the new age will begin. Now, the only question that remains is Georgia truly at the center of the world? There you have it, folks. These theories surrounding the Georgia Guidestones. It's a fascinating mystery that still remains unsolved. Do you believe any of these theories? Or better yet, do you have any of your own? It's interesting. I'm going to put this on Instagram. Anyway, I'm going to take off, folks, but thanks for listening. Take care, and see you on the other side.